Have you ever said the phrase, "I wish there were more hours in the day"? Have you ever been so stressed out and overwhelmed trying to get things done on time? Or have you thought about managing your time better but didn't know where to start? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you are in the right place. I'm going to show you some tips on time management that will help improve your life and help you succeed. To be successful, not just in the classroom, but in life itself, time management is an important skill to have. Learning how to prioritize tasks, stay organized, and how to prevent procrastination will help you master this skill. As the late Professor Randy Pausch said, time is the only commodity that matters. The first step in time management is prioritizing. There are several styles in how people prioritize, such as to-do lists, either written or electronic, or Stephen Covey's 4-quadrant system, as Randy mentions in his lecture on time management. You can also list 3 important tasks you want to complete at the start of your day, and the rest will follow, as Leo Babauta from ZenHabits.net mentions. Do what works best for you, but make sure to prioritize correctly. Look or think about your tasks and see which ones need to be done first because of deadlines or due dates. Then look for things that are important to get done. Things that add value to your goals, as Randy says. MindTools.com describes some tools you can use to help prioritize your tasks correctly. First, there's the paired comparison analysis, which helps you prioritize tasks that are vague or subjective. Then there's the decision matrix analysis, which helps you prioritize tasks when your time and effort aren't the only aspects to consider. And finally, the action priority matrix tells you the value of your tasks compared to the amount of time it will take you to complete it. Staying organized is a key part in managing your time well. A good way to stay organized is to use a calendar. You can use the calendar on your smartphone or tablet, as the Best Schools website recommends, or you can use a whiteboard calendar. They're inexpensive and easy to use. This is the calendar for my family. As you can see, it is color coordinated for each person or event that is happening. It is also placed by the back door, so we see it when we leave the house and when we come home. This calendar really helps us stay organized and prevent miscommunications. Using folders and having a good filing system is also a good way to stay organized. I like using multicolored pocket folders or accordion folders to keep all my important papers. Being in the military, we have to stay organized, especially when moving, so we use folders all the time. This is my little accordion folder that I use to keep all of our important documents safe and readily accessible. This first section is for miscellaneous papers such as eyeglass prescriptions or other important cards. Then we have the destination tab, so we can keep information on where we're headed. We have power of attorneys, because those are essential when he is deployed. We have our auto tab, which is where we keep copies of our insurance and registration and titles of our vehicles. We have our orders tab, because everyone wants copies of his orders. Then we have our household goods tab, which is where we keep the documents that they give us for when we ship our household goods. And then we have our certificates tab. This is where we keep our birth certificates, immunization records, social security cards, even our marriage certificate. We also have an extra little folder in here for our animals that keeps all of their vaccination records, so we have those readily accessible as well. Writing notes and lists helps remind you of things to do and of important information. When writing to-do lists, Randy explains to break things down into small steps to make them less daunting and easier to accomplish. Leo Babauta talks about how there are many apps available for to-do lists and notes these days, so take advantage of the technology you have. In Randy's lecture, he also says studies have shown that office people waste 2 hours a day sorting through their messy desk, finding missing paperwork, etc. So being organized will help you be prepared, which is a huge time saver. Being prepared means having all the materials needed for a task in arm's reach. This saves you time because, of course, you have all of your materials at the ready, and you can stay focused and complete your task as quickly and efficiently as possible. Here's a look at my desk. It is organized, and I have all the materials needed for anything in my class. I have my textbook there, copy of this week's assignment, a pen and notebook. I have extra pens over there with Post-it notes. I have a copy of our APA formatting guide, so if I have any concerns or questions, I have the resources to look it up right there. And I also have a copy of our due dates for the week, and my desktop is clean, not cluttered, and everything is pretty easy. Makes my life a lot easier. The last important step I will give you to be better at managing your time is to not procrastinate. This adds more stress and anxiety to your life, and it really isn't worth it. An article posted on NYU Web Communications recommends breaking your task into small sections. Before long, you have completed the task without even realizing it. The article also recommends finding your biological prime time. Some people work better late at night, others early in the morning. Find what works best for you and capitalize on it. Not procrastinating also creates self-discipline, which is an important skill to have. Eric Jaffe from the Association for Psychological Science explains a study that found that students who procrastinate had lower grades, more stress, and a lower quality of work. Next time you think of procrastinating on a task, remember this quote from the cartoon SpongeBob SquarePants. Why do today what you can put off till tomorrow? What is today but yesterday is tomorrow? Ultimately, many people struggle with managing their time effectively and efficiently, but prioritizing, staying organized, and avoiding procrastination are important steps to better time management. Using these methods and tips have really helped me make the most of my time and keep most of my sanity. And I think if you follow these steps, it will help you too. Time is something that we don't get back. Anyone who has lost a loved one really knows this. So we have to make the most of the time that we do have. Following these key steps will help you lead a full and less stressful life.